Kaplan Cycles on site at the New England Motorcycle Museum. Today I've got this absolutely gorgeous Honda Valkyrie one-owner bike. I've known the owner since the late 90s. He bought this bike brand new. He's one of my clients from my former computer company, and he called me up when he was ready to sell this bike. He was getting up there in years, had some hip issues, and decided to sell it. And the bike is absolutely stunning. This bike's never been washed with water. Only Honda chemicals have been used on it. It's never been in the rain. It's the most fully documented Valkyrie we've ever had through the, actually we've had 900 motorcycles through the shop in the last 3 years. This is the most fully documented motorcycle I've ever purchased. I've got every receipt. I've got the complete service records, including a service log of exactly when the services were done on it. Everything works perfectly on the bike. All the electronics, the horns, the lights. It's got new tires on it. The carbs were recently serviced. New battery. It's got a Marlin's watch on the handlebars. It's loaded with Honda line accessories all over. I'll go over all that with you. But let me do the best part. That's the riding demo. I'll give me a quick riding demo on it. So do a drive-by. This thing's an absolute rocket ship. When Cycle World tested this bike in 1997 on the dyno, this motorcycle registered the most torque of any motorcycle they had ever tested. It's an absolute beast. Over 25% horsepower more than the Honda Goldwing engine, which this engine is derived from. I'm going to give you a quick demo. This bike's an absolute rock ship. It's my daughter Taylor T. What do you think of this thing?
Beautiful.
It's comfortable, isn't it? Sitting on the back. Yeah, it's the largest bike we've ever ridden. It's over 8 feet long. The thing's an absolute beast. But it handles like a dream. Sport bike. When Honda came out with the Valkyrie, they were in a power war with the other Japanese manufacturers and Harley-Davidson for the ultimate power cruiser. And when Honda introduced this bike, they came out with a brochure and an ad, and it said, "The fat lady has sung." This is basically, it was over. They decimated the competition. And you got to admit, looking at this thing, it still looks awesome by today's standards. It's 21 years old now. It's a classic, and it's absolutely gorgeous in the best color they made, which is a limited production, pearl white and pearl green, with the red pinstripe. Not many of them were made in this color, and it's loaded with chrome front to back, owned by a very, very, very detail-oriented gentleman who took absolute beautiful care. He had a garage just for the bike, with a big Honda Valkyrie poster on the wall, and it's loaded with all the extras you'd want. It's got the full King Queen Mustang saddle with the backrest, saddlebags, windshield, and if you want to strip it down, make it look like a stripped down street cruiser, the passenger pinion comes off with one screw, the windshield comes off with 2 bolts, and you can take the backrest off. So you can make this thing, you know, look like a muscle cruiser. Right now it's set up for long distance cruising. Truly, if there ever was a bike I'd ride cross country tomorrow that we own, it's this one. This bike right here. T, what do you think?
I think it's really comfortable for the passenger, and I don't know, it's fun.
You like it?
Yeah.
But T's driven on a lot of bikes with me, and this one's really, I feel safe with her on the back. It's got a backrest, so even though it's a 6-cylinder, absolute monster.
When you accelerated, I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, she didn't fly off the back when I hit the gas. So
I didn't have to squeeze my thighs.
So come on inside, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this absolutely gorgeous Honda Valkyrie. It runs beautifully, so smooth, so fast. Listen to the exhaust note on this thing. Listen to the exhaust on the 6-cylinder. No burn stuff. So, absolutely the most fully documented pre-owned bike we've ever sold here out of 900 motorcycles. Undoubtedly the nicest Valkyrie I've seen in a long time. Original owner bike, low miles, it's absolutely spotless. Let me go over some of the documentation I have on this bike real quick for you. Starting with the, I have the, all of the Honda literature came with new from the factory, the Honda You and Your Motorcycle Riding Tip and Practice Guide. I've got the original extra set of Honda keys. And most importantly, I've got the actual original State of Connecticut Department of Motor Vehicles title from 1997 from Harlan Bacon, the original and only owner of this motorcycle. I've got his most current registration. I have the odometer disclosure statement from Manchester Honda showing 0 miles on the motorcycle when he purchased it. The pre-delivery checklist and the actual pink slip to the motorcycle showing $15,541. That was the original purchase price. I have receipts totaling over $20,000, including the purchase price that was invested into the bike, starting with the top of the line Mustang saddle, which is a $450 extra, the backrest, and the bike's loaded with extras front to back. I also have, this is one of the most important things I want to show you, full motorcycle maintenance record. This is a guy who loved his motorcycle. Notes, 4 quarts of oil required, then check level, oil drain plug, windshield bolts are 10 millimeters, so he'd like to take the windshield off and cruise around in the summertime. First service was done at 812 miles, the second one at 2,068, the third one at 3,406. The oil was changed 4 times by the time the bike had 4,830 miles. The oil looks like brand new in this motorcycle. Then it was changed at 5,400. So the oil's been changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 times the oil's been changed in 17,000 miles. And in oil changes alone, that's well over $2,000. And there are no receipts for the oil changes. He did that all in his own private garage that he had set up for the motorcycle, fully equipped with tools and everything. He had the carbs re-cleaned and new gaskets installed at 10,600 miles. Replaced the battery at 14,000 miles. And put new tires on it recently. So, and it has a new battery in it. Our service department just did a full detail on the motorcycle. This is all it really needed. It didn't need any work at all. So where are you going to find a motorcycle, 20-year-old motorcycle, that has documented 19 oil changes in 17,000 miles? It's less than 1,000 miles on each oil change. This motor is like a brand new motor. I have the original motorcycle papers from Manchester Honda, and then I've got full brochure documentation from 1997 showing the Valkyrie. This is what it looks like stripped down. You can take the windshield off from the back seat and backrest. It looks like a Harley Davidson Fat Boy on steroids. It looks pretty badass. It's the F6 Honda Valkyrie. I also have the Valkyrie Tourer, which is what this one is. Take a look here. This is a Valkyrie Tourer brochure showing bigger, badder, longer, and smoother. This bike, like I said, is 8 feet long, and it's stunning in the Pro Green and Pro White. This is the nicest Valkyrie we've seen in a long time. I also have the Rider Magazine tests. They call this the Mega Cruiser. There's a whole write-up in here on this, on the Valkyrie. They call it the wide wing, and there's a brochure in here. You gotta see this. This is what I was talking about earlier. The fat lady has sung. 6-cylinder, chromed, 6 carbs, power cruiser, introducing the Valkyrie. So truly they also called it Mr. Big. It's iconic. Yeah, it's an iconic power cruiser. Upside down forks, cast mag aluminum wheels, 6 cylinders, the most torque on the dyno that Honda had ever, that Cycle World had ever registered on any production motorcycle. So this thing was tuned for major torque. The bike has always been run with stable mixed with every tank of gas. Oil has been changed every 1,000 miles. Every accessory that it has, the Honda line front fender guard, the Honda line saddlebag guard. I have receipts for everything here. The receipts for the tires, the 600-mile checkup from the dealership, on and on and on and on. Just tons of receipts of everything that was done, every extra, every accessory that was ever purchased for the motorcycle. I'm sure if you were missing here, I added these up. There's over $20,000
invested here. The original receipt for the Mustang saddle. So, if you want a bike that's going to last forever, buy this bike. This bike has been carefully broken in, carefully maintained. It's 20 years old and it's like a brand new motorcycle. If you want a bike that's the most fully documented motorcycle we've seen, if you want a bike that you have full provenance on, that you know you're not going to have any issues with. So in addition to having full provenance on this motorcycle and knowing that it was owned by the same guy who purchased it when he was 53 years old and babied it its entire life, and this was his pride and joy, you also rest assured it's going up in value. The NADA value on this bike is just under $10,000, which I think is a screaming bargain at the $9,300 NADA value. It's a lot of bike for the money. To buy a new power cruiser like this, you're going to spend $25,000 or more. We actually have receipts totaling over $20,000, so you're buying it for basically half what he has. You know, it's only 17,600 miles, which is nothing. These Valkyries are regularly, the Goldwings regularly go 200,000 miles without an engine rebuild. So basically, we'll have a complete list of everything that comes along with the motorcycle in the listing. You're buying a trouble-free, bulletproof Honda with legendary Honda reliability. Everything works beautifully on the bike and it's in fantastic shape, so I can't say enough good about it. I would love to keep this bike if I could and ride it myself every day, but we can't keep them all. So this one's being sold to raise revenues for Kaplan Cycles and the New England Motorcycle Museum. So you're buying a piece of moto history, buying the most powerful muscle cruiser made in '97, and you're helping support the museum. Before I forget, I want to point out some of the options and extras on this motorcycle, starting with the Free Spirit master cylinder cap, the Marlin watch that it has on it, on the dash. It has the chrome valve covers, chrome carburetor covers, chrome accessories everywhere, including the flip out chrome highway pegs, which are super comfy. Has the chrome saddlebag protectors, the Mustang seat, the custom F6 Honda, factory Honda backrest, chrome saddlebag covers, saddlebag protectors. Again, your highway peg on this side, the chrome Free Spirit cover on the valve cover. I'm probably leaving a few things off. Chrome carburetor covers, the chrome intakes. There's all kinds of receipts for chrome accessories on this bike. It's loaded with chrome everywhere. It has the original Honda factory fairing. It has a chrome Honda line accessory, front fender guard. It's pretty much loaded up about as good as you're going to get it. So thousands in extras on a pristine, well-maintained, and obviously well-loved motorcycle. I'm going to pull it back into the museum, put it on display for everybody to drool on until it finds a new home. But if you want a bike that you're going to be a trouble-free bike to ride off into the sunset, this is it. Buy a plane ticket, fly to Connecticut, and drive it home. This thing's bulletproof. Or we can ship it anywhere in the country for you, about $500, give or take 20%. You get this bike anywhere in the country. So, any closing thoughts, Steve?
Absolutely not.
So good luck bidding on this bike. God bless America.